if Yule and Rosa Maria never swap teams? First off, this is the 900 subscriber special, which I would never be late to. Me piffed. I've done that joke way too many times already. Oh no. Anyway, let's get quickly into this. First off, Disventure Camp is owned by Nation Cartoons, and the background footage right now is also owned by Nation Cartoons. And when I'm saying Yule and Rosa Maria would never swap teams, they just never swap, and there'd be no swap at all. I'll also restate this when the what if actually begins, because again, I just know, because I'm not going to analyze who was walking by and who found it now. And that's basically an entire completely different what if, in my opinion. So we're just going to be going for that. And yeah, I don't think there's really much more to state when it comes to this intro. So let's just get right into this what if.
Alrighty, episode 4. I'm gonna assume that no team swap thing exists because, again, I'm not about to try and do an entire analysis on a random character getting the darn swap. Anyways, James is so gone this episode now. The reason Orange lost originally is because Aiden never admitted to his last truth, because Crystal does not like him. I think that's why she gave him another truth, because I think he got like 3 of them. Why does this rivalry exist again? I just think it's very interesting. Okay, we're getting very off track. But anyways, Aiden is so willing to be the 4th wheel, and he still hates James in this universe. So, we're gonna he goes in episode 4, and next up, we go to episode 5. Since Yule's on the other team, he wouldn't want to poison Aiden, because he sees no reason. Also, since Rosa's still here on Orange, Ria's loneliness would be driving her insane. And she would be so scared for her safety game-wise, because of course these 4 are in an alliance, Yule is running the team, and it's just not good for her. Either way, challenge-wise, we all know the iconic climax would happen with Lake. Aiden is so gone. He is so done, because Rosa and Maggie, even if they kind of like Aiden, they're still going to vote him over Lake, or you know what I mean. The only person who I think might not vote for Aiden is Lake, but even then, their friendship hadn't really developed that much, and the main reason they started interacting this episode, was because there was really no one else to interact with. I know that sounds mean, but the only other 2 people on their team was somebody who wanted to poison people, and the other person who was just flat out evil, being James. So their friendship would barely exist in this universe, because again, Maggie and Rosa are still here. And obviously that's not to be mean, but yeah, so I do still think that Lake would still vote for Aiden in this universe. Maybe not, but I'm just gonna say she still does, because yeah, it makes more sense in character for her to do so. And we move on to episode 6. Right, merge. For episode 6, remember that is Anon, but we're gonna quickly make the duos, which of course are in canon, like Allie and Tess. And then we have Hunter and Lake in canon, Rosemary and Rhea. Oh my gosh, Yule and Maggie. Okay, y'all, I kind of want this episode to be a reality just so I can see the Yule and Maggie duo. There is no other reason, because that would be so funny. Just Yule just insulting Maggie, and then Maggie just fighting back. Oh my gosh, entertainment right there. Either way, we're getting off track, but I do think that Rosa Maria and Rhea would win here, because Hunter did not do that well in this challenge, so we can ignore that. Allie and Tess obviously did not beat Rosa and Rhea, and Maggie and Yule, there is no way they're winning. Maggie again would just be insulting Yule, and Yule would be insulting her right back, or maybe that needs to be opposed. Either way, Rosa Maria and Rhea win, have a party, and we move to episode 7. In the morning, Rhea would try talking with the girls, because remember that these 4 are in an alliance, and Rhea is just here unknowing what to do, and they would be open to it, and she would be welcomed with like open arms. So Rhea would also explain her review thing, which, remember I think it was episode 4? It was one of episode 5. My brain right now. But anyways, and they go on a heist, get it, and also Maggie would tell them all about how big of an idiot Yule was. I just think this needs to be important. Anyway, the teams we all know would be, because remember, this is where they have the dodgeball teams, which would be Allie, Tess, Rosa Maria, and Maggie, and then Hunter, Lake, Rhea, and Yule. That we just had to do a bit of changing to. I tried to stay as swift as possible, of course, but I had to do a bit of change since Maggie and Yule are here now instead of Aiden and James. Anyway, Team 2, I think, still would win here. Even if would Maggie be good at dodgeball? I may be wrong, but I know Yule would just be yeeting those dodgeballs just hard at everybody in his path. And we're just gonna say the same thing that happens with James and Rhea. Basically, Yule legit attacks and and Yule's gonna make sure Rhea pays later. That will come in later. To where, remember, because Rhea took the dueling stick or something like that. I don't know. From memory, this is, yeah. Anyway, Hunter wins immunity like the OG. Lake was robbed. We just need to make this clear. Anyway, so now it is a 4v4 here with Allie, Tess, and then Yule, and then you have the girls on the other side. So, I think we know the girls will vote for Yule. I don't think we need to debate this, because remember, Hunter has immunity, so there's nothing stopping him. Yule, I think, would get them to vote Maggie. So first off, Maggie has barely talked to, if not at all, talked to Hunter, Allie, or Tess. B, Maggie probably made Yule so mad in episode 6. I mean, you could argue that Rhea made Yule more mad here, but no way in heck will he hate Rhea more than he hates Maggie right now. Because remember, Maggie gave Yule a black eye. So this would lead to a Maggie versus Yule tiebreaker. Good thing episode 4 gives us our answer. Anyway, Maggie's gone. Bye-bye, Maggie. Alright. Episode 8. So, Rhea, Rosa, and Lake would, of course, make them closer, and out of impulse, Rosa would reveal the totem, not wanting another thing to go, wanting another of the group to go, giving that Maggie went, because she didn't reveal it. I think that would be a nice conflict for Rosa, because her not revealing the totem right away, and that would make her really want to reveal the totem, because in canon, it kind of like comes out of nowhere. This would actually just give it a reason to happen, you know what I mean? Anyway, Yule will probably just be torturing somebody, I don't know who, but it's Yule. Anyway, I don't think Yule would think the challenge would be real, but I also don't think he'd manage to make that far. And when I'm saying the challenge is the horror challenge, he's too much of a brat to make it that far, realistically. Anyways, we're just gonna say, Tess is here. Would Tess be a fan of horror movies, and would she make it far? I kind of want to say Tess would make it very far, like as far as Lake made it, maybe. Like Tess and Lake working together in the horror challenge. I like to see it, but either way, I do think if Carol can take down Lake, she can take down Tess, I think. Anyways, we're just gonna say that Carol still wins here, like in canon. Though, Nina would only tell Carol to give the immunity to Yule, because let's be real, Yule needs that immunity, like, really badly right now. He was almost... Anyway, Carol would choose to give Rhea the other immunity, as she wants to become closer with Rhea, as shown in canon, so we're just gonna... Rhea gets immunity. Anyway, since Yule is a desperate weasel, he would make an alliance with Carol, especially since she gave immunity, and these two are now a villain duo. Yeah, they're all done. Rhea would go and on her target Lake era with Allie, Tess, Hunter, Yule, and Carol all voting Lake. And it ends in a 5-3. So Lake is gone again. Lake just keeps getting robbed in episode 8. It never ends. Anyway, episode 9. Same morning, except Yule is complaining about snow. Tess is just confused, which makes sense. Challenge. I'm gonna say Rosa wins again, because we really don't know how Yule builds stuff, and Tess, and I'm doubting it have as much personality as Rosa's or be as good, so yeah. The duos. Remember, in this challenge, in episode 9 challenge, they are allowed to choose their duos. I'm gonna say Tess and Allie choose each other, because they're bestie energy, okay? Wholesome bestie energy, so yeah. And then Hunter and Yule, oh, that's gonna be funny. Like, imagine this. And then Yule is just gonna be yelling at Hunter, probably to hurry up, or, because I'm sure Hunter's gonna volunteer to pull this sleigh. I'm doubting Yule would. That's way out of character for him. Anyway, Rhea and Carol, same as canon, and then Rosa, of course, is lonely on this, but that is her advantage. And I'm gonna say Rosa wins again, because Yule would somehow make sure Hunter loses. Somehow, I mean, I don't know. And Allie and Tess would just be two and talk to win, and plus Rosa can hold a darn sleigh over her head. I know this is what I keep bringing up, but sleighs are pretty heavy, I'm pretty sure. And she can just run with one with no issue. That, again, too powerful. But anyways, next round, all that switches is that, of course, the Rhea and Rosa are now a duo, and Carol is with Oliver, of course, here. Anyway, Yule would be willing to sabotage like Aiden did. He was willing to poison somebody, give or take. But, I'm doubting Carol would give him a spider. I don't think that's a good idea. Carol is his ally, so of course Yule's going to tolerate her. He doesn't want to sabotage an actual new ally, so I don't think it's happening. Anyway, I'm going to say Carol wins immunity because, again, we saw the sleigh that she beat Hunter and Yule, and I'm guessing Yule would get hit by a whacked by the tree like Allie did originally. Allie and Tess are probably not going to be as fast as Carol because Aiden and James were. And I know these are completely different characters, but we really don't know how they would drive a sleigh, so I'm just going to say they drive the same because how am I meant to know if they do it differently? You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go on to the votes because, of course, Carol has immunity here. Allie, Tess, and Hunter will vote together, and I'm guessing they'd vote Rosa Maria because Yule right now is their ally, so even if he is the most annoying piece of crap on earth, they vote, and Carol is immune, and of course they voted Rosa Maria originally because Rhea actually talked to them about the votes. So Rosa Maria would be voted here with them. Rosa Maria, Rhea, and Carol, I think, would also vote together. They vote Hunter, I think, because I know in the original, the Tess was chosen in episode 7, however, that is because Hunter was immune, and here Hunter isn't immune. So therefore, Yule being Yule, I think you would vote Rhea. I think he would throw it. Because, let's be real, he is petty. He is very petty. And I think he'd vote Rhea simply for episode 7. No other reason. He is that petty. Maybe that's a little out of character. Maybe. But I still think Yule has that amount of pettiness to go for this. And wow, what tie. Both. Surprise double elimination. Bye-bye, Rosa Maria and Hunter. Episode 10. In the morning, Tess and Allie would be missing Hunter and they'd go on for him, and Rhea would not be mentally okay. Like, she would not be doing so hot. But Carol would just dive into her insecurities, because of course, creating kind of a bond, and Yule would be Yule. And also, I think Carol would start manipulating Rhea to be more villainous and not be as nice, you know what I mean? Anyway, challenge-wise, Tess and Allie would be targeting Carol and Rhea, vice versa. I think these four would be just targeting each other because they are the clear sides right now, and Yule is just chilling in the middle, and he wouldn't be seen or cared about, which would also probably drive him insane. I think that'd also be kind of funny. Either way, I think, again, I'm just saying Yule wins here because the two duos, again, would be targeting each other, and since Yule would go very unnoticed, he'd be fine, and he'd just make it out. Anyway, Tess and Allie would probably target Carol for winning the previous competition and just being a more annoying person. Rhea and Carol would probably target Tess out of the two because, remember, in episode 7, they chose Tess over Allie, which, why? They never explained why Tess over Allie, but whatever. They probably did the same here, and I'm guessing Yule would join and vote out Tess because, yes, these two were his original allies. That is true. However, these two are a friendship duo, and that is dangerous. You cannot have a friendship duo. He is much better off sticking with these people. So I think that he'd vote Tess. Anyways, Tess is down here, and we go to episode 11. So Allie would miss Tess and Hunter, and she'd say, I'll go on for them and I'll win. Really more insecure about her being more villainous like last episode, when Carol will say she's doing the right thing. Carol and Rhea would probably go to Yule, probably more Carol, and offer a final 3 deal between the more villainous people, which Rhea would feel guilty for, but would probably ignore that, saying that this is how she'll reach her dreams. This is how she'll get where she needs to. And then since Yule would probably never deny an ally, he'd say yes to the deal. So they all sabotage Allie, making sure she gets to bottom level challenge-wise. They can do it. I'm pretty sure they can just somehow sabotage her. Anyways, Rhea got to the top level last time on the clip, so I'm sure that's going to stay the same. You will probably get the second top, and Carol got the third, because, again, Carol is a slower runner than Yule ever was. I want to say Allie can win this, but likely, if they're all going to be sabotaging her, you would just throw whatever item he has at her, like just yeeting it, making sure that she's sabotaged, with Allie just not being okay with it, and Yule just laughing about it, because, again, Yule's willing to poison people, just needs to be cleared. Anyway, Rhea was just traumatized, she doesn't know what to do. Carol would yell at Rhea to just continue, and she'd be so stressed that the watermelon would again go in her face, and Carol would have to win immunity. I think that's the only option left, and even if Allie tries to get Rhea back onto the good side, Rhea will say she can't go against them, or she won't make finals, and she won't reach her dreams. She won't get what she needs. She doesn't want to be this way, but she has to for her dreams. That's a very interesting conflict. And then we have our finalists. I'm just going to say Rhea automatically makes it to the finals, because I think here, instead of being more of a villain, she'd actually be more of a tragic hero, like the final battle against probably Yule, because I consider Yule being the main antagonist. So either way, this, especially since I don't even know who would help Carol, would Rosa Maria offer to help Carol? That'd be interesting. Either way, this is an interesting season. I don't know if I like it better than canon, granted. Because again, I don't know. It's okay. But yeah, that was the what if. Honestly, I did not think a Rhea versus Yule finale or whatever. I did not think that would be the final three when I started making this script. But hey, I think it's intriguing and honestly, pretty cool one. And also Rhea being a tragic hero. Yes, just yes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody!